Without further ado, let's talk military Humvees. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the 1/18 scale, 3.75 inch, 4-inch modern action figure community. I'm back again with another video. This time doing it a little bit different because I haven't done a vehicle review or customization video in a while. So I guess I'm back with this Humvee. And if you don't know by now, this is the the World Peacekeepers brand, which in my opinion is really cool. This is definitely a B+ brand. It actually fits modern figures very well, and it's very articulate. They gel very well with your 1/18 scale action figure community. Like I said, you can fit modern 4-inch figures in it, and it definitely fills voids in vehicles that you don't have for like G.I. Joe or your Acid Rain or whatever other 1/18 scale figures you're into. As you see, the Humvee is highly detailed, and lately I see these getting a little more expensive online, but for the most part, when they came out into the stores, they were not very expensive. They were very affordable, but they were very well made. And I'm going to take you through exactly what I did, because if you don't know, when I picked this up, this is how it looked, but it was military green. It was like an olive green. And of course, olive green is what you come to realize is your military color, your camo, flat camo color. So I was looking for something for like a night attack team, but I couldn't find anything. Everything was either olive green or tan. So I said, since I can't find what I'm looking for, then I'm gonna have to paint it myself. And it was kind of difficult. It wasn't very difficult to paint, but it was kind of difficult to paint because, you see all the detail with the headlights and the low beams and the turn signals and the windows, of course. So what I ended up doing was I wanted to tape all that off. So I ended up taking this thing apart, and pretty much this is what you have. This is what it looks like. Really cool. G.I. Joes fit back there nicely. G.I. Joes, and well, I say G.I. Joes, but 1/18 scale figures and other figures of that, even modern figures, fit back there very well. So what I ended up doing was, okay, let's take that off. This is removable. This is actually a troop transport, kind of like what you would see in the APC. And but of course it doesn't fit as many figures. It's not as big, but you get my drift. See under here, I didn't really get too crazy with painting, and that's the original color under there. I didn't get too crazy with painting under there, but up here, I wanted to make sure it was immaculate. I really don't use this anyway, but I painted it just in case I ever did and ever decided I needed to sell it or want to sell it. Then it matches up and it looks good. So, that being said, at the bottom here, and please excuse me, there are some areas that miss the paint, and I'm not too worried about that. I'm not very picky on that. But anyway, and ultimately, if I felt I can go back over it and shoot it with more paint, but this was good for now. If you look at it, it is pretty much immaculate in all the places that you can see. But under the bottom, you see a little places that I've missed. But anyway, took off all these screws at the bottom, disassembled this, and taped it off the best I could. I actually taped off all those lights. You see the headlight spot, the turn signals, taped them all off, even in the rear, taped all that off. and try to just keep it original. I didn't want to have to go through finding the proper paints to put on there. So it actually worked itself out, came out neat. What I did here is I taped off the wheels. What I do is I use painter tape, and I tape pretty much flat across. And what I do is I run my fingernail around there to get the tape tight in that area. And then what I do is I run my X-Acto knife along here, and then I'll pull that off, and it comes out in one nice little circle, and just clean it up, make sure that it's nice and flush, and then I spray it. You see here your steering wheel is still intact. This is pretty much what you get. Here, if you notice these spots here, what I end up doing was, see, all of the Power Team Humvees, they come in different shapes and sizes. Well, yeah, they do kind of come in different sizes because they do have a one for 12-inch figures too. But anyway, let's move on. So what they have here is right here was created flush, like they had these two panels here that covered that and made this flush. So I could see at the bottom here that you can remove those seats just like this. So what I did was I popped them out, and lo and behold, there were these stands. They were like these indented stands here, which makes the figure fit a little further in, which is, if you've seen any of my videos, that's kind of what I like. I like them to sit further in so that they don't just be all out taking fire. I could have put more seats here, but I didn't, because actually when these came out, they came out and they actually look like seats. So I cleaned them up, and what I ended up using them for, if you see my video on my APCs, that's what I used those two for. They came out, they look just like seats, and I used them on my customized equipment transport APC, and that one would be the one that has no paint. I didn't paint it, and it doesn't have a canopy. It's just open in the back, and I did a bunch of customizing to it. So watch that video if you want a reference on where these two and what they look like and where they went, because in this world of customizing, we can always use things in other places. So anyway, this all went flush across. So what I ended up doing was cutting these to size. These should pop right off. End up cutting these down to size, because remember, they were benches and they went all the way across. So I cut them down to size so that they fit right here perfectly, and I can repurpose them as these short benches for my guys to sit on while they're riding. All right, there you go. Doors closed. On this one, the hoods don't open, but that's okay. Some of the other brands, like what is the other ones? Power Team Elite, and the G.I. Joe Humvees, they open up here and they're a little more detailed, but this one does the trick. I like this. And actually, I want to find the other Humvee, the tactical one with the back canopy here, and probably do the same thing. Paint it up, make it a night watch Humvee. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like, if you see these out and about, don't hesitate to pick it up, because look at the detail on this. And then the wheels, I believe, are rubber. Yeah, these are rubber wheels, or tires rather. They roll pretty well. The 1/18 scale figures fit in there, and it's just an all-around cool vehicle to have. Now, if you want to see, and the other Humvee, the one that's the full size, because you see it's got the door cut out, but that doesn't open, but it's cut out for the door. They actually have seats that you just pop them in place there, and you can have seats for your other guys to ride in the back. But right now I have it so that they can ride in the gunner position. And this is ultimately a transport for not necessarily troops, just for equipment for them to shuttle stuff to the scene. The other Humvee, and I've been watching them, I'm going to any day make a move on getting one of the next ones. You know, the four-seater with the cover here and the gunner position up top. I'm going to grab one of those, and I'll probably paint it black too. Pretty cool. You get a look at it. It's nicely detailed. And like I said, this is the World Peacekeeper Humvee. It has a cool tow hook there that you can actually tow some things. I've tried a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff and Hasbro vehicles and stuff, and they actually mount up to there pretty cool, so you can pull things without a problem. And yeah, pretty much that's what I did with that. And this is how it comes purchased. You can remove that. That is removable. You don't have to like break anything to get it off. That is removable. But that ultimately is what it will look like when you get it from the store. It'll be green. But if you want to paint it, then do your thing. This is the paint that I used. If you notice, it's pretty much the same color, same texture as this. And that's what I used right there. This paint is awesome. They sell it in tan, they sell it in olive, and they sell it in black and a couple other colors. Not too. I think they sell it in gray also. I could be wrong. Like a navy gray, like a airplane gray, that bluish gray. But anyway, that's pretty much what you will get if you paint. And I could have done a whole lot of a much better job of painting, but I just kind of wanted to get it done, get it out the way. And I actually like the way it came out. Military vehicles, their paint apps are not, and I mean in the real world, their paint apps aren't the best. So I don't need to go for the best paint job on this. It looks good to me. It does the job. And if you see in some of my videos, I've actually used them with some of my blacked out figures, like my Night Watch Troopers, and you'll see them in the intro of this video. You watch my intro, you'll see them coming out of this vehicle here. So pretty much that's what I did. I hope you enjoy it. Any questions, feel free to link them down below. I'll answer them at my earliest convenience. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your questions. This is fun, and let's make sure to keep this 1/18 scale world going. Get out there and hunt. Get out there and show us where things are. Let's keep this world going. All right. Excellent. Thank you for your time. I look forward to making another video for you guys in the future. All right. Thank you. Later.